Good morning, and welcome back to the State of Basketball. I am the one that is Big Storm, and yeah, we're the State of Basketball. We give you everything that's popping in the hoops world, in the NBA, today, forever. Well, at least until our contract runs out with the network. No, man. Good Sunday morning, my fella.
Hey, easy as. Great Sunday morning. How was your week, man?
It's chilling. It's chilling. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too high, nothing too low. Just even keel. And yours?
Pretty good. Work is calming down. That's definitely a great thing coming out of peak. Kids had a fun trip to Florida. At least Jeremy and Kendall did. My new relationship is still going strong. You met the young, beautiful lady. So that's going well. And just getting ready for the week to come, man. Great games on yesterday. Ready to see some more.
I'm laughing because you said the kids had a good trip to Florida. Well, at least Kendall and Jeremy did. I'm like, well, what other kids would went?
Right. Well, I get it, but I didn't want to, put it out there like they all went, because I have 3 children, by the way. So 2 out of the 3 went to Florida.
No, it's just hilarious. Oh, and I did lie. There was a low moment during the week. It sucks. I'm not sure if you heard about that that delivery driver that was killed on the South Side a couple days ago. Well, I actually knew him. It was Richard Hamilton. We called him Nail. I met him through Lewis. Really nice guy, really community guy. He was the guy who was running the youth football program, the Steelers. They were based out of the Tarkington area, the Butler Tarkington area. He was a young man who was doing a lot of good work for the youth in that community, because that community is a little sketchy at times in the Tarkington area here, but he was a part of a program that was building that area. In March, they were going to break ground on a football field in the Tarkington area for the Steelers youth program because of the things that he had done. He had received a grant from the state of a couple $100,000 to benefit in that program. Tragedy. What happened, was doing his job, and then was taken from us, so bad moment for our community. And we got to get back to people, man. We have to get as people. And I'm not speaking us as African Americans. I'm talking about people as humanity. We got to get better
as humans, the human race.
So I'm trying to send positive energy to that family and that organization. So sucks, man. A lot of things. Is one, I was taking Eli over there this summer, so it's a bad deal all the way around. So yeah. Hello, Jeremy.
Damien said, "What's up?" He heard you.
What's up, Damien? I got a job.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I didn't even tell you the most important part of the week. My middle son, 20-year-old Jeremy Mormon, Just got a new job.
Just government me out there.
Say
like
that again. What'd you say? Dang. Okay.
There,
Well,
like,
I'll continue. My son, 20-year-old, just got a new job. He seems to like it thus far, so definitely wish him well in his future endeavors and moving up in the field that he has chosen.
That's awesome.
You're breaking up a little bit, Dane, but I also got
spinning.
I got one more thing on that note. Couple more lives that were lost. This just came through. I don't know if you saw it yet, but Georgia offensive line Devin Wilcock and a recruiting staff member died in a car crash this morning. So that just came over the wires as well. So definitely thoughts and prayers. I know that's kind of at this point some people want, some people don't want, but what else can you say in a situation like this when we're talking about lives that are lost way too young? That Georgia offensive line Devin Wilcock and one of the recruiting staff members passed away in a car crash.
Yeah, no bueno. It sucks, man. It sucks. But let's this is a basketball podcast, so let's talk about some basketball. We can get that out the way.
Yeah, let's try to bring it back up. We're trying to bring it back up.
Bring it back. If you guys hadn't noticed, we kind of changed up our format a little bit. We're going to just focus, bring it up. So
you're breaking up, Dan. You're breaking up, buddy.
In this, yeah, I see it. I'm looking at the little chart thing. It keeps going in and out. I don't know what the hell is going on. It's Sunday morning. It's like whatever.
All right,
so I guess we'll figure it out.
Now, the new format. Go ahead with the new format.
Yeah, the new format, going to be a little bit focusing a little bit more on NBA and more topic matters, you know what I mean? More something that'll pique your interest or engage your conversational piece. So at any time, always people feel free to chime in the comments on the YouTube or so. We are interactive, so awesome with that. But here we go. Let's see. What shall we talk about first? I guess we kind of cap. But let's start with what's going on tomorrow. Tomorrow is Monday, January the 15th. Am I correct?
16th.
Yes, the 16th. Yes, today's the 15th. January the 16th, which is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Recognized holiday. And obviously, the NBA loves it. They got their MLK jerseys and all those things. So there's going to be multiple games on tomorrow, multiple reflections of what Dr. Martin Luther King meant to our society, us as a people, as Black men, all those type of things. So I guess it's a little time to reflect on what how MLK and basketball kind of relates to us as, hoopers and athletes and Black men.
Definitely. Once again, shouts out to the NBA. When it comes to social matters, I feel like they tend to lead the pack as far as sports franchises or sports clubs, sports teams go. Not that the others don't, but they definitely go above and beyond. They've been doing this for years now, full slate of games. Always tend to have a Memphis game on. That's where one of the places King was from. Usually some Atlanta games as well, knowing that he did a lot of work there as well as all over. So great time to reflect and what he was all about, the nonviolent piece. I feel like this day and age, violence is definitely still prevalent and unfortunately still on the rise. So anytime we could talk about saving lives and trying to just value life, no matter what, no one's perfect, but everyone is someone's son, someone's daughter, someone's brother, someone's sister, so on and so forth. We need to get back to valuing life. We can definitely have differences. It's just part of human nature, but it's about how we deal with it. And as long as we deal with it and everyone comes out alive, I feel like is where we need to strive and push to.
Yeah, yeah. To me, I just like it because it's another for us to learn and grow as a people. It goes beyond basketball. It kind of goes beyond sports. I mean, basketball, well, sports is the great bringer together of all things. You know what I mean? When you have differences, you tend to meet in the sports world, and athletes tend to jostle conversations about disagreements. And you can see that all over the world in the sports, like with the Olympics. You know, there's a time or throughout history, there's a time where people put aside their differences to compete. And then when you compete, you have conversations. And then conversations help people grow. And that's one thing I like about it is that it opens up conversations for people. And that's what we need more. We need more conversation, more understanding, and less yelling and finger pointing. You know what I mean? It doesn't do any good when we finger point at them for things that happen that they have no control over because they're in the same situation that we are, as in the present. But you have to learn from those same instances because the quote is, if you don't learn from the past, you're destined to repeat it. So, yeah,
Definitely,
so
definitely. And what kind of goes along with that is just also when you're in the sports, you come across people from different backgrounds and religions and whatever. So that's giving you that exposure. So you're not just going off of what you heard or what you may have learned from whatever you learned it from. But okay, well, I was told this all this time, and I meet this guy, this, that, and we are teammates, and he really ain't that bad. So that's the other part of sports. You're putting yourself, or you're putting yourself with people from different backgrounds and walks of life, and you're able to really kind of see for yourself.
right, right. I agree. I agree. So it's a great time to enjoy history, a great time to learn a little bit something that you didn't know before. That's the one good thing about this time period in our society. We have so much access to um, things in the past that we can look up and research on our own. We don't have to always go off the teachings of somebody who wants to manipulate your thinking, even though that happens on both sides of the spectrum. So, but you can go do your own research, and it's a lot more acceptable in this day and age to do your own. So, yeah, at this time, like kids are out of school, you know, go to the library, find something different, learn something different that you didn't know about your culture the day before. So, awesome. Yay. All right. So this happened this week. All right. This is something that this irks me in every sport when they do it. Um, it happened this week. All right. We know Donovan Mitchell got traded or left or wherever the thing is with Utah to Cleveland. Well, this was his first back in Utah this week. So no, I can care less about the game. We won't talk about the game. The game meant absolutely nothing to me. Zero. But my problem is for 2 days up into this game, we're talking about all these memories and blah, blah, blah with Donovan Mitchell in Utah. And a video tribute to a person who didn't bring us a chip. Like nothing against him. I know it all comes in to play with different factors and everything, but video tributes to me are for your franchise iconic players, not somebody who was been there for 3 years and has some fabulous shots and fabulous ducks. Like everybody gets a video tribute now when you get traded away. This is ridiculous. Kobe gets a video tribute, earned it. Dirk gets a video tribute, earned it. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Dwayne Wade, video tribute, earned it. Donovan Mitchell, not really sure you earned a video tribute because you got traded from Utah. Nice
Yeah.
kid, nice player, but
Yeah, I feel like it is getting a bit out of hand. What happens with some things, which was once legitimate tribute to your icons, to your players that really put in serious work for that franchise, and it may not have resulted in a chip, because I definitely feel like Reggie deserves a video tribute. So there are players who don't have chips that deserve one. But yeah, if you were only there a few years and you didn't get a chip, or you put up great numbers, but it never really materialized as far as a franchise, as far as creating a culture of winning consecutively, things of that nature, then it's kind of getting overblown. It's almost to the point, if you continue with this path, you're going to devalue the ones that actually deserve it.
125% agree. I wish he was out here that was going to, because it's like I equate it to over on the football side when I talk about the Colts and Andrew Luck. Like, why do y'all give this man so much and he did nothing? You know what I mean? Like,
nothing.
He was great. Like, I agree with you on players who might not have won. Yeah, did nothing. I agree with you on players who didn't win a chip but get a tribute. Like Reggie, yeah, because you meant something to this franchise. You transferred the culture, like you said. You were an iconic figure all the way through the flick. Even if you do get traded, Kevin Garnett, I think he deserved a video tribute from Minnesota from what he went through to put that team to where they were, even though he did get traded to Boston. You know what I mean? Like, Indiana didn't give a tribute to Paul George.
No.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't give a tribute to Victor Oladipo.
Danny Granger.
It's getting
I got one for you for the Pacers, though. Damn, I got one.
Come on, man.
I got one for you for the Pacers. I want to know, does he deserve a video tribute? I know he's recently going through some things, but Chuck Connor's person, does he deserve a tribute? If you keep it just strictly basketball, don't do nothing outside with the law.
Yes, the rifleman. When you step into the gym, I'm in range, shoot it. You know what I mean? With all the doubt, shoot Chuck Person. Hell yeah. Man, he's in my personal Hall of Fame. You know, Chuck Person gave me my first weight program because I used to go to Scandinavia. You remember that place? My grandmother had a membership. So I would go in there and work. It was the first person that gave me a weight program to go do to get my body better. So hell yeah, I'm with Chuck. Speaking of that, who else could get video tributes? Do you think that, in the day and age of video tributes?
Man, okay. You want to? Oh, wow. Because and to tell you the truth, there might have been more in the Jordan era, because they stayed for one team longer. So Ewing, obviously. But there's a lot of players that didn't get chips because Jordan was there. Do you feel like Chuck Barkley in Philly, you think he deserves one? AI in Philly.
Yes. Yes, Chuck deserves. Like, what about, speaking of that, let's bring it to the future. What about LeBron?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
I don't LeBron for the Lakers.
I think the tribute from LeBron comes from Cleveland. And I mean, I feel like the other ones I'll be all right with it, but it has to be Cleveland with LeBron. He brought him that chip.
Has to be. Has to be.
But
and I feel video tributes need to be after they're done playing, or they're not coming back to your team.
How about we do it like this? How about it shouldn't be until their jerseys retired? That lets you know how good they really were.
See, that's where I equate your real greatness. Everybody get a video tribute. It is your jersey in the rafters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Every time they walk in that stadium and look up, do they see you?
Your name. Yeah, your name.
Like you're dead and gone. You're dead and gone. And people walk in that stadium and you look up and see Slick Leonard.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I like it. I think all three of them roll together. You know you're great when you have a statue and a jersey, but video tributes, I think you were okay player. I think you were okay. You know what I'm saying? We could put some clips together.
What if you're in the top 100? You know, the celebration top 100 of all time. Does that factor in?
To what?
To
your video tribute?
Your total greatness. No, just total greatness. We talked about jerseys being retired.
Yeah.
We talked about jerseys being retired and things of that nature. But the majority, and I haven't done the research, but I'm pretty sure the majority of players has got their jerseys hung. They're right there in the top 100, 150 maybe greatest players all time.
Yeah, man. I mean, you don't get your jersey hung if you ain't tops. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't popping.
It's not the criteria.
It's not the criteria. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Because it's almost like, even in the NFL, it's almost like some of these milestones are almost watered down. Like certain players that are getting into the Hall of Fame on both sides that I feel that, yeah, you had a good career, but was it Hall of Fame?
Hall of Good.
You know what I'm
saying?
Hall
of Fame or Hall of Good?
Yeah, there should be a difference. Like, I like Dwight Howard. I really do. But I think he's a Hall of Good. I don't think he's Hall of Fame. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? You look at the centers in the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? Kareem, with big, you know, and you know what I mean? Ewing, Elijah, Dwight Howard.
Yeah. And the crazy part is he was kind of in the middle of that NBA transition, but the numbers, unfortunately, you know, if you know, baseball loves numbers. You go by the numbers, he's definitely a candidate. And when you look at the numbers, you won't even believe like he really did this? Dwight? Like he did, but he really did he really put up numbers. So you can't actually knock that, even though he wasn't my favorite either. But there was a point in time in his career where he was definitely dominant, especially with his defense.
I agree with you. Back. I mean, I agree with you. I mean, he was a rebounding machine. I think he led the NBA in rebound like 5 or 6 straight years. I mean, he's an all-star, whatever. I mean, that's great. The numbers get you in the conversation. How you affect the game, you know what I mean, I think puts you over the top. You know what I'm saying? Like, Barkley had the numbers, but the game.
Say that again.
You know what I mean? I was like Barkley, some parts of Barkley's game changed the game, how you play the game. You know what I mean? Because he was one of the first power forwards that get a rebound, dribble that bitch all the way up the floor and do stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like, what part of Dwight Howard's game changed the game?
What about the fact that he led a team to the NBA Finals? Like, he was the alpha dog on that squad, even though he was a center, and for the most part, the ball needed to be given to him for him to be effective, unless it's rebounds or whatnot. Even though he wasn't the greatest free throw shooter, he was the alpha dog of that team that went to the finals. He didn't win it, but he went there. But AI went there, and he's great.
As I say, he went, but AI changed the game. He changed it culturally.
Yeah, I think it was more culturally. I almost want to feel like it was more culture with AI than it was basketball. Not to say he wasn't great. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying when you think of him, you think of the braids, the tattoos, and the gear, and how they changed the dress code. And it wasn't just him, but for some reason, he was one of the people that was named as part of the reason why they changed the dress code. So I feel like with AI was more cultural, even though he laid it down for his height and stature in the NBA as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, so let's so we don't tag along too much on one thing, but I do agree with you. This is a subject we could talk all day, really, when it comes to that. But I mean, I just feel like he was just an example that I used was Dwight Howard. There's plenty more. Like, I mean, for example, right now, is Paul George a Hall of Fame player or is he a Hall of Good player?
Hall of Good, as of now.
You know what I mean?
As
of
now.
now, but we've seen players of the same caliber make the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's getting a little watered down. Like, I feel that if you hit the Hall of Fame, if you get a statue, if you get a jersey, you did great things over a long period of time. You didn't just do good things in short bursts.
I got a question. Do you think that the fact that they feel like they have to induct someone every year is kind of part of the reason? Like, if there's no one ready to go, there ain't no one ready to go. Maybe they should take a look at that. Yeah, maybe they should take a look at that. You don't necessarily need, because the NFL they do one every year, but you got to be out 5 years or something before you qualify. But maybe if they go into every 3 years and then you really will be able to have a good crop of players that are really deserving.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the NFL probably is the league that has the Hall of Fame closest to right, because there's really no slouches in the Hall of Fame for the football. Like, you have to, like, there was people on Hall of Fame ballots that were great for decades. I mean, for years. Like, they're still not in. Like, are you serious? But like, you go to the NFL, the NBA, it's like, really? They got
so many different players for the NFL. They got 22 guys or whatever, defense, offense, versus just your starting five when you go to the NBA. That'll even be considered, unless just your broadcasters and anything outside the court, coaches and whatnot. But it's hard. Maybe you shouldn't have one every year.
I mean, it's hard. Yeah, like, I agree with you. Just because you up for it don't mean that they should put somebody on there. If there's nobody who's Hall of Fame in that year, then sorry, we can still have the Hall of Fame game. Yeah. But
no ceremony.
I do say this. I will say this. It's not the NBA Hall of Fame. It's the Basketball Hall of Fame. So we'll put that asterisk in there. The NFL is the NFL Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? It's not the Baseball Hall of Fame or the Football Hall of Fame. It's the NFL Hall of Fame. So, yeah, you can keep that a little more structured. When you go into the NBA, it's Basketball Hall of Fame. So you can get people in there who have absolutely nothing, had shitty NBA careers, Christian Laettner, that were great in college and high school, that got them in. So I will say that. But speaking on tributes and video clips, so apparently Ja Morant had a pretty exciting dunk last night on the Indiana Pacers. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. But for me, I think it was not his best dunk of the year. And it was not his best dunk, and it was definitely not the best dunk of the year.
I don't know, man. Dude, the height and as far back as he cocked it back, because really he didn't. And I think the dude he did it on was Smith. Maybe I'm wrong, but and I saw it in multiple angles. And my guy just went up and kept going, and then kind of flew by him. I don't know how to articulate it, but it was nasty. Definitely look it up if you have a chance. But did you check out the tweet that he sent out?
Yeah, if you want to jump with me, come at me. Yeah, come and jump with me.
He said, "Jump with me if you want to go viral." You want to go viral? Go ahead and try and jump with me.
Listen, I
You
told
want to be
people
all
that,
over the internet.
man, you was there. I told people that 20 years ago before we were going viral. Jump with me if you want to.
Right. But the viral part, the cockiness and the knowing, for one, I don't want us to miss this because this is not going to last long. Unfortunately, it just comes with time, and he won't be able to do this forever, just like Jordan wasn't able to do it forever. Kobe wasn't able to do it forever. So let's just enjoy it. But that was definitely, to me, one of the top dunks of the year.
Yeah, it was a great dunk. I mean, it was a good dunk. I mean, when I looked at it, being a dunker, when I looked at it, the big Smith, he didn't really challenge you. He jumped and kind of kept floating out the way. So when you cocked it back and you dunked it, he was already pretty much out the frame. So you put him in the frame by manipulating the angles of the camera. You know what I mean? So he kind of dunked around him. And I thought, you know, me personally, right now, I think Aaron Gordon's dunk was better than that when he dunked on the dude taking off from outside the block. You know what I mean? That's just more exciting to me. Like, dude stood there and took it. Like the dunk he had on Pirtle, that was way better than that one because you went and got to that footer who stood there and didn't move. I mean, I like the Doug. Ja Morant is exciting. One of the best players in the league today. One of the best dunkers in the league today. Is he in the dunk contest?
Oh, that's the sad part. I don't know. I don't think he is, but I don't know.
Out.
But how about this? Does his height and stature play a part in it? Like if Muggsy Bogues did a dunk or if Spud Webb did a dunk versus a 6'6", 6'9" player doing the dunk, does that add or take away to the dunk as well?
It depends on the style of dunk. You know what I mean? If a 6'1" or 5'9" or 6 foot guard
Royce
goes up,
Tyrone Anderson dunk.
Yeah, if he goes up and he gets if he gets the steal and goes to dunk the ball, ooh, that's exciting. If he gets the steal and does like a windmill or something, ooh, that's exciting. No, you want to catch me with a little guy. You know what I mean? It goes on style. Even with the big guys, it goes on style and how you do it. Tip dunks, following bangs, to me, are the best, especially for little guys. Especially for the little guys, because that's when you get those opportunities to catch the big dudes. You know what I mean? Catch them off guard. You know what I mean? Like Royce's tip dunk. You mentioned it. You know what I mean? When we were at the hooping at the YMCA when Reader, you know, jumped over Royce's back and took the ball out of his hand in the air over the rim. That's exciting. I mean, you just come down and dunk the ball. You know what I mean? It's great. I hate Nate Robinson in the in-game dunker, but his follow-in tip dunk, that was exciting because of the moment and the style and how you did it. You know what I mean? Kevin Johnson.
Yeah, I was about to say
how you did it.
I want to go into what do you think are the most iconic in-game dunks? The ones that run over and over again. Like there could have been some good ones, but there are definitely ones that go that is played back more than others, way more than others.
Yeah. I'm always a fan of people being dunked on because that's what I was. I won some dunk contests. I wasn't quite up for my fair share. But I wasn't a flashy dunker. Me, I'm trying to put you in the hole. So I'm always loving dunk on people. Like, yeah, those are great. Those are great. Kevin Johnson,
I was
John
about to
Starks.
say that KJ over Elijah One, and who they dunking on too. Like that came out of nowhere.
That makes a big difference. That makes a big difference. You know what I mean? Kevin Johnson over Elijah One, John Starks over Jordan, Pippen, and Grant. You know what I mean?
What about Chambers over Mark Jackson? Mark Jackson did the iconic one of these, and he put his knee in his chest and went up a couple more.
That might have to be one of the best over 6'10" play dunk on somebody's ever. Because he walked up his chest, chest and looked down at him. Like a lot of y'all don't remember Tom Chambers. A lot of young people don't remember why he was banging on people. It's a beast.
How about does
like
the Olympic? Go ahead.
Oh yeah, Vince Carter.
I was about to say, does the Olympics count? Like where he jumped over the 7-footer.
Vince Carter does. Vince Carter does.
That counts as in-game.
Yes, counts. Who got me excited to bang on people was Sean Kemp.
Yeah. Oh, the one where that's iconic. That's the one where he did the dunk and he gave you the take that with you.
Or you dunk on Chris Gatling and it gives you that. Like, hey, bro, you just dunked on me. I'm not giving you no that.
Or the Pippen over Ewan, where he just stood up over him afterwards, like, what you want?
Hey, what up, Corey Cannon? Ain't seen you in a minute. What's happening, bro?
What's going on, CC?
In the house. Nah, man, but for real, like I always like those ones like that. Who were some other ones that has? There were some good ones.
Hey, where do you put this? I got one. Shaq and Daryl Dawkins. Where do you put just breaking down the whole structures or breaking down rims? Where do you put that in end games? They may not have dunked on someone, but
well, Daryl Dawkins breaking backers was on people. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember watching clips of people doing like this. You know what I'm saying?
Trying not to get cut.
Trying not to get cut. But Daryl Dawkins, he has his own thing because for one, he was doing stuff that people wasn't really seeing yet. And TV was starting to come around, even though it was delayed. They were starting to come around. It was exciting. But he changed not so much how you play the game, but the structures of the game, so to speak. Like it was just glass backboards. Like when Daryl came along, they came to the fiberglass backboards, the breakaway rims. So his change of the game was more cosmetic than it was, the actual in the game. Like, I mean, just think of the power of these dudes now and if they were still using glass backboards.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the only one. But what about the showmanship of it and naming the ducks?
Yeah, naming ducks. The Chocolate Thunder, there's so many of them.
But
yeah, it's crazy.
I didn't know where that came in.
But then with
Shaq, as far as and Shaq did it with he messed with structures. It wasn't the glad like Rams just gave up. Like, nah, I'm done. I'm done.
I mean, the whole thing just folded. Like it was out of order.
Yeah. It's almost like it had a sound effect. It'd be
Shaq was great. Like you watched it break down. Oh no. Kind of like a boxer was around before he falls.
Right.
It's just crazy. So yeah, Duncan's great. I love Duncan. Duncan is awesome. I would still remember my first in-game dunk. It was my junior year. It was my first game of the season because I never played against LC. For some reason, I always found myself ineligible for that first game of the year. But it was just one game, first game before Thanksgiving. So, so I come back. This park, who is it? It's Brebuff. That's the first game of the year for me. It's Brebuff. You know what I mean? Tep was there. If Kusi's still watching it, he was there because obviously he was on the team. It was I think we were on a break. And I can't remember. I think it was K Rich who was running the break because he was still eligible at that time. K Rich was running the break, threw me the bounce pass on the right wing going to the east side of the jail. Bounce pass, caught it, left hand, iconic dunk. I remember us watching the game day, and you see just bouncing along the baseline, like, yeah. It's hilarious. And then it just became a thing. Then it just became, oh yeah. He said, what did he say? What did Kusi say? He said, tell him about damn, I lost it. Tell him about Anderson. Oh, Tyson Prince. Which one? The one on Tyson or Brett or McClendon? What was all of them? Anderson was nice. I dunked on a lot of people in high school. And I got a lot of offensive charges in high school too, trying to dunk on people. I remember one, we were at Hinkle. And we were playing against Broad Ripple. No, was it Broad Ripple? Yeah, it was Broad Ripple because it was our senior year. And yeah, it was our senior year. And we were up like a whole lot of points. And I have fouled out on this offensive foul because I tried to dunk on everybody. And we was doing, yeah, it was Tyson Britt. Yeah, we was looking at this shit, and I was like sitting there. We was up, and then the game started to, fall a little closer. And I remember Coach Kiefer looked down at me and said, "This game, you would not play another game in that uniform." I was like, "Oh my God, this shit is crazy." I mean, it was hilarious, but we had fun. Kusi threw me a couple lobs, I think, but yeah, dunking is great. My best, I'm not gonna lie, best person I caught lobs from is on the other side of the screen. Period. Yeah. I mean, nobody's throwing me lobs like that.
I wasn't much of a dunker, definitely more of a playmaker. Unfortunately, I had the hops, had the height, but wasn't blessed with the hops. But I still found a way to make it work.
Listen, he finished third in the dunk contest. Let's not let him fool you.
Okay.
All right. So
moving on. We're gonna move on from that.
Let's talk about moving on. Let's talk about this points chase, man. How do you feel about LeBron soon passing Kareem?
Unfortunately, LeBron gets so much shade, man, and all he does is put up numbers, and he's got rings, and I feel like if it is anyone else but LeBron, they would not be receiving the shade. And I get it. He left Cleveland, did the whole Boys and Girls Club thing, but hey, the Boys and Girls Club got a lot of money from that. I feel like he got the bad guy. Yeah, like, I don't know what else this guy can do to show, like, he's a mogul now. He's like showing boys how to do it. Like, he's putting out a game plan, but the hatred on this guy is so ridiculous. But I feel like it's great. I mean, you look at it and like, he's going to do it quicker than Kareem did it. So it's not like he's staying there forever or anything like that. He's definitely doing it better than, okay. He's like 200. He's going to win it and do it 200 games fewer than Kareem. What's wrong with that? My man can score.
Right.
Yes, I get
hear
it.
that.
I get the error. We're in, but that's not LeBron's fault that he grew up when he grew up.
About the error.
But that does play a part because I feel like it would have been a lot harder in the 80s and 90s than for a power forward versus a center that had a shot that no one could mess with, and just a regular, not regular, but your superstar, power forward, guard, whatever.
Hey, let's put this out here. I know LeBron has played a lot of seasons, but don't forget Kareem played an extra long time, especially for that era. Remember, Kareem got divorced and his wife and his lawyer screwed up all his money. That's why he played longer with the Lakers than you would have thought in that era. And that's another aspect of how he got those extra points when you say LeBron's going to do it in lesser games, which is true. You know what I mean? Because let's be talking. I mean, a lot of people don't know it. Kareem wouldn't have been playing, later in that era. And no, I'm not going to put the error in it because I think it's harder to score. Well, I think it's easier to score now, but that's a whole different subject. But I want to say this. I think LeBron has to be, like you said, hated on, the most disrespected top 5 great player that I have ever seen. Kareem, they said what he said. Kareem only one 3-pointer, all twos. Yeah, for one half his career, there was no, you know what I mean? And then LeBron wasn't a real big 3-point shooter till later on in his career.
But
I mean, that's irrelevant. I mean, because we talked about that before.
It's not irrelevant. I feel like he may not have threes, but what we should look up is how many and ones he had. because those and ones
Yeah.
count as
Yeah.
threes.
Yeah. they really do. I mean, Kareem was a different type of scorer. He had a move that could not be stopped, and I'm amazed that there was no big after him to mimic that shot. I mean, Kareem is great, but like I was saying, LeBron gets hated on so much for one reason, because he challenges Jordan's greatness and his domain at the top of the list. That is it. You know what I mean? LeBron came in with a gang of hype. Now, I'm not going to sit here and defend a man like I'm his biggest fan. I'm not. I'm Team Jordan. But I do respect LeBron's greatness. You know what I mean? He's just good. You know what I mean? He's just a great player. Like for some people, he's the greatest.
He's an all-around player.
He does it all. The numbers that I can debate was Stockton's assist record, because Magic didn't get the opportunity to do it because of his ailment.
Right. So he didn't get to play as long as he would have.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, that's the number that I want to see somebody break. The scoring title, especially now. Like, LeBron has worked hard to nonchalantly get this. But you got guys now that are playing longer because of what LeBron showed you how to treat your body. So I don't know how long this record's going to stand when he gets it. The one that I want to see done is the assist one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. And the one that I feel like won't be touched forever is the 11 rings by Mr. Russell.
See, this here is a segment, Big Ben, that I'm disappointed in you. You know what I mean? Like, have you not watched the NBA in the last 30 years? Every superstar cries. Every single one. Maybe not Giannis. Giannis, maybe not. But every single
one. I don't know.
If
you look at the tape, I mean, nowadays, after every call, somebody is saying it's wrong.
Oh my God, call. It's so Jamon. Like, oh. Yeah, everybody cries. Kobe was a crier. Jordan was a crier. LeBron was a crier. Everybody does it.
They're trying to work on that next call.
A game. It's crazy. I mean, everybody. You go through the lane, all you hear is hey. That's it. I don't know, Definitely. But I really think LeBron might be the most hated iconic figure in all of basketball for no reason.
Do you feel like the fact of his longevity is also a part of his greatness? Because you can't get to these years and still put up points like you're putting up and not be great. Why are you hating on this man? He's giving you this since he was 18 years old. He's been giving you this.
I mean, how many people come into the league with that much clout and live up to it continuously?
Not many.
You know what I mean? Not many. You know what I mean? Like, and he's earned this work. You know what I'm saying? He's earned this. Like, when he came into the league, he was known as a passer, a driver, a dunker. He said he couldn't shoot the mid-range. So what did he do? The next 3 years, he perfected the mid-range jump shot, turnaround jump shot, two-step pull-up. The one thing I criticize LeBron about is he's not a great ball handler. Sorry, he's not. LeBron's not going to pity-pat around you. He's going to get the step, get the angle, and bulldog your ass out the way. But, okay, it's a part of the game. But he couldn't shoot the mid-range. He did that. You know what I'm saying? He was sucks at free throws. He's improved to being a 80+% free throw shooter. You know, LeBron was like, for the majority of his career, like a 70% free throw shooter.
Yeah.
He got better at that. You know what I'm saying?
We already know.
Post game was suspect.
I definitely feel like free throws is more mental than anything.
100%. Like, post game was weak in the post game. You know, improved that. Said I wanted to be a better defender because they talked about my defense. Five straight seasons of first team defense. Like, come on, man. Give him his props. I mean, he's worked hard for that.
He did. And
He
he's
started
putting it
to
up.
sound like that. No, hey man, listen, I will delete you from all of my social media if you say some crap like that again. I just think the man deserves his props. Like again, I'm gonna say I'm Team Jordan. Period. To be honest with you, I'm Team Magic, but the
That's why I'm Team
conversation is
Magic all
between.
day.
And if you really talk about it, I'm Team Kobe. So, but anyway,
All right,
I
we
digress.
running up against it a little bit. You want to go into this MVP?
Yep, that's what I was going into. Just shoot the sky hook and break the record. I like it. I like it. I mean, I like it a lot. That's a great one. And knowing LeBron and his study of the game, he do some shit like that. But
Because that's what they say,
anyway,
right?
let's talk about this MVP right.
All right, one last thing. LeBron playing against ghosts while everybody else playing against players.
Say it again.
I said LeBron is playing against ghosts and everyone else is playing against players. Like the things he's playing for are players who are not even around, where everyone else is just playing just to get some stature to their name.
Yeah. Preach. All right. So let's wind this down. Let's put this MVP race. So you got the 5 names going in. So we're at what, the half point. We're just game wise, we're at the half point of the season because you know they say the half point of the season is All-Star game. But right now we have the MVP race or the halfway season, and your top 5 people: Nikolai Jokic. God, I can say Antetokounmpo, but I can't say Jokic. Ridiculous. You got Luka at 2, Jason Tatum at 3, Giannis at 4, and just jumping in on his way back is Joel Embiid as the top 5 of the MVP race right now as of NBA.com.
I feel like it's Joker, and I feel like it's kind of messed up. I know he's back to back, but when he won the first one, I think they were like the 8th seed. He won the second one, they were maybe the 4th, 5th seed. And now, I mean, he's almost averaging. He's 0.3 assists away for averaging a triple-double. I feel like he's overlooked. I almost feel like we really don't understand what this dude is like. Arvydas Sabonis in his heyday type. Like, this is something real out here. Like, and you can put it because that his type of play is something that I strive to be as a center, to be able to put down the double-digit rebounds, to put out the playmaking assists, and to be able to put up a couple buckets. So maybe that just appeals to me more. But this dude, he deserves it. But it's just unfortunate because maybe he got it when he maybe shouldn't have, and it's just kind of watering it down. But this dude is putting up more than anybody. I mean, yeah, you got Luka with 34, Tatum with 30, Giannis with 31, Embiid with 33.5. But there's only one of them doing a double-double, and that's Giannis. No one else is not even like, come on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's right. I mean, he's absolutely right. Oh, like you got like Luka, like we got on here. Luka comment Big Ben. Luka said better than Luka. Luka's playing absolutely great, but Luka's not winning games. You know what I'm saying? He's winning games against teams they're supposed to be when they're matching up against the guys, except for the Clippers. You know what I mean? They're not winning games. You know, we talked about it last week. Jalen Brunson was a huge loss for Luka. And you can see it throughout this game because he took the pressure off. Now, Dinwiddie's playing a little better these last couple weeks, but Luka's averaging what 34 and 3, 9 rebounds, and 8.8 assists. But you look at Joker, he's 24 points, 11 rebounds, 9.7 assists a game. Every time he touches the ball, he affects the game. Like, take Luka out Luka is doing good things. Luka needs help.
Plus minus is 13 or 14 or something in that range, double digits.
Yeah, Luka's rated, his usage percentage is ridiculous, but Joker is doing it all around the board. You know what I mean? Like, and he's doing it when they wasn't supposed to. Like Murray's still not all the way healthy. You know what I mean? I like the numbers that he's doing. And he's doing it consistently. And he's doing it at a position that gets zero respect nowadays. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
He's not out here shooting, 8, 9, 10 threes a game. He's killing you with his back to the bucket, a position that they say is lost on us now. So I like Luka. I mean, Joel Embiid, with the game winner last week, he's looking good with the braids. His footwork is great. Probably one of the most skilled centers, but you can't stay healthy. Keeps you out of the NBA rank. Look at Joker. What did he say? They think I'm heavy. They always want me to lose weight, but I play 82 games a season. I play all my games. I play all my games. So yeah,
definitely.
Giannis is the best player in the world, but that's regardless.
You think so?
I mean,
So
you can't
best
stop.
all-around player, best scorer, best what? Everything, just all-around.
Best all-around player. All-around player. Best scorer in the game is Kevin Durant.
Yeah, okay. I was just making sure we didn't forget about KD. I know he just recently got hurt. That kind of bumped him out of the conversation. But I still feel like KD is the most unguardable, offensively, most unguardable. Plays defense when he wants to, like maybe fourth quarter defense. Like he has it, but he may not utilize it throughout the whole game. But push come to shove, I've seen KD put up some defense, but I've definitely seen him more break people's backs on big daggers offensively.
Hey, man, this dude is 7 foot and he's crossing over 6'1". Like, we wanted big guys to put the ball on the ground. Please. I mean, that's Guard's dream, but you can't take it from me. You know what I mean? These guys are skilled. I like it. I think it's going to be a good race. I think it's going to shorten a little bit with these names on it. Jason on the bit of being such a good team. You know what I mean? Like, does he get his name mentioned back in here now that he's back playing? And Golden State will start to, get closer towards playoffs. They start to turn it around. Does his name sneak back up there because they always want to throw his name in there? But I think it's going to come down between Joker and Luka, and with Joker is going to finish better as a team, and I think that his overall
Denver's number one in the West.
Around it.
Yeah, Denver's number one in the West, and who's in is it Boston in the East? Who's number one in the East?
Boston.
I want to say it's Boston.
Isn't it Boston? And Memphis and Denver are tied. He said, "Where is Steph?" You reading my mind on that one? Yeah, I mean, Steph's name is going to pop up there because he's probably going to finish the season healthy, and so he's going to start to put up numbers because Golden State where they're positioned at now. So him and Clay are going to have to do something. I don't really know what Draymond's head is. Draymond might not even end up in Golden State next year or so.
Yeah, I feel like there's some stuff leaked. I feel like he knows, and the smart play is this is his last big contract, no matter what. So I feel like he needs to go where the money is because I feel like he was exposed a little bit last year with all the injuries, just showing without star power around him what that looks like, and it didn't look great. So if there is a franchise out there willing him to pay more than whatever Golden State's going to offer, I feel like he's going to jump on it because he already has the rings. So at this point, I feel like it's definitely financial.
All right. All right. Well, we have reached the end of our time today. We ran a little over because this conversation got really good, and then we had some feedback, so it kind of took us in. So we didn't get. I'm pretty sure both of our in the game monologues probably has something to do with MLK, but we got Supers kicking it with Steven and Greg coming up next on the network over on our YouTube page. So if you want to catch up on all of your wrestling news, stay on the line, and those guys will be right over to you shortly. As for myself, the big man in the middle, and the basketball family of BW Sports, next week. Thanks for tuning in. Have a Sunday and keep it easy.
Thanks for all the people that chimed in today. Thanks for all you guys chiming in and watching live.
We'll see you guys next week. Awesome.
Banana.